Let's talk more about weaknesses. A weakness is a character trait, a habit, a behavior, a way of being that your conscience is telling you you need to change. It's bothering you in some way, and you know that you're not being your best by tolerating it. That's a weakness. A weakness isn't like the color of your hair or eyes or how how your face looks or like surface level things. It's weaknesses are things that you can change, but you haven't chosen to change them yet. You haven't wanted to change them. You haven't admitted to yourself that you have a problem in those areas, and you haven't been honest with yourself or others about your weakness. So when I said on the most recent video, like eliminate your weaknesses, that's actually a positive idea. It's not a negative idea. It's something that if you did it, it would actually move your life forward. If you have a bad habit that is eating away at you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and you feel bad about it, and you feel gross about it, and you're embarrassed by it, or you just feel any sort of negative emotion, it doesn't make you proud of yourself. It's a weakness. And to acknowledge that it's a weakness, that requires a level of self-honesty, and to actually take actions to get rid of it, to change it, that's an act of self-love. So addressing your weaknesses, eliminating your weaknesses is actually a very compassionate, loving thing you could do for yourself, your life, and your loved ones, because then they will get a better version of you. Not the version of you that you keep tolerating, that you keep subjecting them to, but your best version. So, like I said in the previous video, eliminate your weaknesses. Get really real with yourself about what your weaknesses are. People are walking around just tolerating so many weaknesses of theirs. Now, I don't mean something like, okay, say you were born to do a certain skill and you love doing it and you're good at it. And you have no idea how to like be a doctor or how to do a surgery or something, and you have no interest in it. You don't have the weakness of not being a doctor or not being a surgeon. Like, that's not a weakness. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about character traits, character flaws within yourself that you know are bothering you. They're driving you nuts, and they might even be driving other people in your life nuts because you haven't addressed them yet. They're concerned about you. They're worried about you. They're judging you. They're looking at you like, man, what is this person doing? That's something that you can change. That's what I mean by weaknesses. It's very positive, very loving to address your own weaknesses and to change them. Like I said on the other video, I think I said this, we all have our own weaknesses. We're all different. We're all human. We're all flawed on some level. But we all have the power to change ourselves and to mold ourselves into whatever we want to be. And we all have the power to receive like guidance from the universe, from God, from our conscience. We have that ability to hear that guidance and to follow it. And so when we do that, we're becoming a better version of ourselves. Instead of ignoring that, ignoring the voice, the conscience, that's inside, and just ignoring the weakness. For somebody to have a weakness and to ignore it and to try to hide it and cover it up, they're just lying. They're lying, they're being selfish in that they're not willing to make the changes. They're not willing to bring their best to the people around them. And like I said on the other video, this is a hard topic for people. Most people do not like talking about their weaknesses. And it can be very triggering. It can feel like being exposed. If people see your weakness and you admit your weakness and you're trying to change it, it takes a lot of humility, vulnerability. And of course, these are the things that make it easy to connect with people when you have these things: humility, vulnerability, flaws. You're sharing your flaws. So Christmas is approaching in like 2 days. The best Christmas gift you could give to yourself is, look at yourself honestly. What are my weaknesses? Ask yourself that. What is my top weakness? Maybe one or two. It's driving me crazy. It's driving others crazy around me. And work on that. Start to work on that. Start to change it. You can change it. A lot of this, again, is just going to be self-reflection, being honest with yourself, journaling. And this translates into your business, because when you work on yourself, that spills over into your business. And you're able to affect more people in a positive way because you're not like cluttered down by your weaknesses. So yeah, give yourself that gift this Christmas. Give other people that gift where you're eliminating your weaknesses. And if you want help with that, you can reach out to me. I've been doing these like Zoom sessions. Everyone's using Zoom, I know, but they're actually kind of fun. And it's a way to like connect with another person and, somebody that is not attached to your everyday life, who can hear your story and your viewpoint objectively and kind of give you some feedback on it. I'm working on my weaknesses. I shared a few in the last video. Oh, there's so many. There's so many weaknesses. And that can be fun to work on your weaknesses. That can be like just motivation for not just getting through your day, but actually doing something to create a better version of yourself for other people to enjoy, for other people to be inspired by. It's kind of fun. It's a little scary, but it's fun. And it, requires you taking a back step as far as your ego goes and just saying, yes, I have this weakness. I need to change it. I want to change it. I'm going to change it. I am changing it. And that just transforms your life. Thank you for watching. This is Michelle, author of The Anti-Marketing Manifesto: How to Sell Without Being a Sellout.